They said it was the perfect dog, strong, loyal, fearless. But in India, that story comes with a twist. Because here, the Rottweiler isn't just a breed, it's a myth, a badge of pride, a flashpoint for fear, and a lesson too many people learn too late. This isn't just about a dog. It's about an emotional bond that can heal, hurt, or haunt you, depending on how prepared you are. So what's the real truth behind Rottweiler ownership in India? Why do some people call them angels in disguise, while others whisper horror stories behind closed doors? Let's find out. It usually starts the same way. A family wants a guard dog. Not just any dog, but one that looks intimidating enough to scare intruders just by standing at the gate. They Google best guard dog for Indian homes, and again, the Rottweiler shows up. Strong, muscular, loyal, protective, and almost always misunderstood. So they bring one home. A puppy with big paws and intelligent eyes, and in that moment, everything feels right. But it's only the beginning. What most Indian owners don't realize is that this breed was never designed to be a casual pet. The Rottweiler comes from a history of pulling carts, driving cattle, and protecting against wolves and robbers. In other words, they were bred for discipline, work, and structure. Not laziness, not chaos, and definitely not to be left chained in a corner like a piece of home security equipment. But sadly, that's exactly what happens across thousands of Indian households. And when the Rottweiler gets bored, that's when the fear begins. We've seen the news stories. Headlines screaming, Rottweiler attacks owner, child mauled by pet Rottweiler, dangerous dog breed ban debated. But behind every headline is a human who misunderstood what they were signing up for. A dog that was pushed too far, locked away too long, trained too little, or never socialized at all. And the worst part? In many of these cases, the warning signs were there from day one. So is the Rottweiler actually dangerous? Or are we just failing to understand the kind of commitment this dog really demands? Here's the truth most breeders won't tell you. A well-bred, properly trained Rottweiler is one of the most emotionally attuned dogs you'll ever meet. They don't just guard, they bond. Deeply, intensely, permanently. They will follow you from room to room, wait at the door for hours, learn your habits, sense your moods. If you disappear, they'll break themselves trying to find you. That's not just loyalty, that's love at a level most people aren't ready for. But love without structure? That's a recipe for chaos. In India's hot, crowded, and often chaotic environments, this structure is rarely provided. Many owners work full days, leave the dog confined, then complain when it becomes aggressive or destructive. They forget this is a working breed, a dog that needs daily mental stimulation, obedience training, long walks, social interaction, and purpose. Remove that, and you're left with a ticking time bomb of pent-up energy and emotional frustration. And let's not ignore one brutal fact. Most Indian cities are not designed for large, high-drive breeds. The apartment sizes, the noise, the lack of secure, open spaces, the neighbors who complain if your dog barks, the vets who are unfamiliar with large breed behavior, the trainers who still use fear-based methods. All of it adds up, and too often, the dog pays the price for the owner's unpreparedness. But it doesn't have to be this way. Let's talk about those who do it right. The families who rise at 5 a.m. to walk their Rottweilers before traffic fills the streets. The owners who spend hours every week on obedience drills, not to dominate, but to communicate. The ones who invest in proper gear, balanced diets, and early socialization. The people who raise their Rottweiler not as a status symbol, but as a trusted member of the family. You won't see them in the news, but they exist. Quietly, successfully, proudly. And here's something the fearmongers won't admit. When raised right, the Rottweiler becomes India's most misunderstood cuddle bear. They'll sleep on your feet, nuzzle your neck, wag their entire body when you walk through the door. They'll protect your children like they're made of glass, and then roll over for belly rubs the moment the danger passes. It's this duality that confuses people. How can a dog so feared by outsiders be so gentle to those it loves? The answer is simple. The Rottweiler doesn't give trust freely, you earn it. And when you do, they'll die for you without hesitation. But earn it the wrong way and they'll become what you trained them to be. Cold, aggressive, conflicted, lost. So what's the reality in India? It's a country waking up to the responsibilities of dog ownership. One viral bite video at a time. one poorly trained pet at a time, one life saved or ruined by a Rottweiler at a time. And through all the noise, one truth rises above the rest. This breed demands more discipline, more commitment, more emotional presence. And in return, it gives you everything: absolute loyalty, heart-melting affection, and a level of devotion that makes other dogs seem indifferent. Still want one? Then ask yourself this: are you prepared to be your dog's full-time trainer, companion, and emotional anchor? Do you have the time, space, and mental energy to meet their needs every single day for a decade? Can you handle the stares from neighbors, the judgment from strangers, the fear in their eyes, and still advocate for your dog with calm, firm clarity? Because if not, don't get one. Not for protection, not for status, not for ego. Because a Rottweiler without the right owner is a tragedy waiting to happen. But with the right owner, it's the dog of a lifetime. So if you're still watching, here's what I want you to do next. Go read real stories from Indian Rottweiler owners. Not just the viral headlines, but the ones buried in forums and comment sections. You'll find love stories, heartbreaks, triumphs, regrets. Learn from them. Ask yourself if your lifestyle truly fits this breed, or if you're just in love with the idea of one. And if you decide to move forward, do it the right way. Invest in a trainer, socialize early, use the right gear, feed for strength and longevity, and never ever treat your Rottweiler like a chained watchdog. You don't train a Rottweiler by fear, you earn their respect with consistency, with clarity, with heart. And the reward is a dog that will love you in a way no one else ever could. That's the love, that's the fear, and that's the reality of owning a Rottweiler in India. Now it's your turn to decide which part of the story you'll live. Want to see how real Rottweiler owners in India raise their dogs the right way? Watch This Rottweiler Didn't Obey Until It Was Too Late next. And in the comments below, have you ever met a Rottweiler in India? What was your experience like? Let's talk. Your story might help someone make the right decision.